Oh, what up, everyone? We are live. I'm your host at John Mo Sales, the NFL Fantasy Today Show. Got my trusty co-host here, Nate, and we're kind of halfway through the Week 17 slate, halfway through the Christmas holidays. It's a messy time. It's gross out. The only gross in the weather is the football, and for fantasy, it's just a nightmare. So, Nate, what's cooking? What's shaking with you? Happy holidays, or all
Yeah, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to all that fun stuff. Still kicking. I got two semis still going and two week 18 championships. Two championships I am in right now, still contending for 16-0. That would be insane. I'm projected to win by 30 in that one right now, so we'll see how that shakes out. And then I'm in a third place game also. But so far so good. A
cool. I
couple,
mean, oh, good.
yeah, one dagger with Josh Jacobs yesterday, so I'm pretty dead in one of my championship games. But other than that, so far so good.
Yeah, it seems like every week is just another crazy, week of performances, right? Like the QBs. Were there more backup QBs playing so far than starting this week?
Yeah,
So that's kind of a joke. It's so it's it's like, do we have to move up the fantasy football season? Like move up the playoffs?
man,
Start week 14?
maybe just the longer the season gets on, the more variance there is, obviously, and just you don't want your season to boil down to like the championship week is when all this craziness is going on, and you're starting guys who you're grabbing half your roster you're grabbing that week.
Yeah, I mean, just last night, right? We got Malik Willis versus Tyler Huntley. I mean, that's not fun for anyone. And then whoever would manage to get Malik Willis is probably won, unless they're playing against Derrick Henry. But
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy, just all the shakeups that happen. There were all the home teams had like third string quarterbacks on Christmas or something like that this year. That was crazy.
I didn't
Justin
even know who that
Jefferson.
KC guy was. He sounded like the Street Fighter Fireball Hadouken or Oladukin.
Oh yeah, Oladukin. Yeah, he had like what 50 passing yards or something. like what do we do with that? And it's the championship week.
Right? Yeah, Brosmer did his Brosmer thing. I mean, let's just look back here. I mean, like if you're super flexing, playing super flex team with just the games that have gone by, what did you want? You're starting Malik Willis and I guess Dak. Yeah,
Yeah,
right. So nobody could beat Dak.
or Stroud maybe,
Sure.
or
Yeah,
or
he
Gronk.
had two touchdowns, two picks, but
Um, yeah, just brutal. And then Jared Goff and just that whole Lions game was Jahmyr Gibbs put up a dud. Just a lot of guys just underperformed so far. So people are playing catch up for sure.
yeah, I was talking about how it's fantasy football is so much more luck than skill, and it's true. But it's like, yeah, Gibbs is a guy kind of you were able to ride most of the year, and then he's been kind of three touchdown or bust the last few weeks, and there's just no way to account for it. And even if you played great, if you made it to your fantasy finals, or if it's best ball, like Anthony loves his best ball, and you're against Derrick Henry, you got no shot.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're in best ball this week, you needed Derrick Henry to win. That's just what it boils down to now.
Because no one would have drafted Malik Willis, right? Like that's not the thing. So,
No.
um, like, who's the second best fantasy player performer so far?
Um, on the slate, Jaden Higgins just jumps out, but I don't know if that's right.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I think he only had two grabs though, right? Two grabs, like 87 and a touchdown.
um, Quentin Johnston had like 8 for 97.
Yeah, but he didn't
Uh,
score. Isn't that crazy? It's the second best fantasy guy didn't score.
RJ Harvey had a decent day. Um, Amari Hampton scored and had 8 catches.
Oh, okay,
Um,
okay. He grabbed some score for Hampton, sure.
Yeah, but no one's beaten. Oh, Krosky Merritt too had 102 scores.
That'll do it. That'll do it. But yeah, it's just
Not
crazy.
not the staples, not the guys you're used to either.
Right, and then now today, right, we got some crazy weather. So yeah, if you're jumping in, if you're on Twitter, come over to YouTube, right, so you can drop a question, right. So Anthony says, right, terrible weather in Buffalo, right. So let's pull up. I think I had Larry's weather. Here we go. So we're looking medium to light rain in Pittsburgh, Cleveland, but that's not really a great fantasy game, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, So rain showers, moderate rain showers. Philly, Buffalo. Oh, 4 o'clock Bills game. That's never happened. Yeah, 80% chance. 80% chance of showers. So with Josh Allen banged up, like, are you playing Josh Allen? Like, would you play Josh Allen this week? I mean, you kind of
Yeah,
have to, but
you have to. Yeah. Are we answering Anthony's question right now?
yeah, let's check.
All right. If you need a floor, I think it's Stevenson because I mean the Jets are like the worst defense against running backs over the last 5 weeks, if not the second worst. And it's just Stevenson's probably guaranteed to get touches. I don't think they're going to want to overwork Stevenson coming off the head injury. They're bound for playoff aspirations. They're going to want him healthy. So I think they're guaranteed to have a split this week. And it's a great matchup.
Yeah, I mean, are the Jets that bad versus running backs, or did they just give up 8 touchdowns to Trevor Lawrence?
It's what do you call it?
I think 18 got 3, and then Tootin got 1, all from essentially checkdowns. But okay, so we got BC at BC 16,300 says rain doesn't impact offense. Well, it does. Wind impacts it more. But rain, like you're not getting that downfield passing teams run. Like if you look at the run pass splits when it rains, especially that heavy, like I guarantee as Philly is not going to be airing it out. Right? Like that's a fact. And then Buffalo thing is, Philly's defense has looked a lot better. They shut out the Raiders. Who knows what Buffalo's going to do? They're probably going to lean on the ground game. Like obviously, I'd be playing AJ Brown, but would I play Dalton Kincaid? Would I play Devontae Smith in this game? Would I play Dallas Goedert? Like I don't know how much, because the Bills are great against tight ends. I don't know how much of an impact it would be for me, but especially with so many games already happening, so many injuries. Might have to ride with your guys, but I would not be excited about playing anyone other than James Cook and Saquon in this game.
Yeah, I might be okay starting Hurts, just
true.
because he can rush too, and Allen, of course. In that same game, Devontae Smith, what are we doing with him? Like, are you just completely out with the weather, or are you like, is he? Where do you
Depends
have
on
him next
the
to?
comp, right? So like Tyler Sperry says, sorry, we're jumping around here, Frosty. I know you're here pre. I'll get to you, but Devontae Smith's right. So Devontae Smith or Luther Burden, I think that's like the greatest question of all time. On normal situations, obviously you're probably going to smash Smith, even though Burden, is growing, each week, right? With Rome out, DJ Moore's not trustworthy. So, what are you doing here? Do you have a lean?
Probably still lean Smith. Burden missed last week. He's coming off an injury, for what it's worth. And DJ Moore's looked good, and Loveland's still out there running route. So it's not like Luther Burden is walking into just the wide receiver one role. They still like to run the football a lot. So Burden may end up like the fifth option in the offense, in some result of this game, behind even Monungai and Loveland, in the opportunity share.
Okay. So yeah, it's tough because I mean, I'm jumping around here, but I know the rain doesn't impact offense. Like, it's like the thing with weather. It's like people would get terrified of the weather, and then they realize that if it was just raining and not windy, you could still pass through it. But there's been a bunch of like these KC Bills games the last years, right, where it's like, oh, Mahomes, Allen, let's go 54 points, bet everything over, and it's rained. and it shut down the offenses in the second half.
Mhm.
And obviously, also, KC always shuts down offense in the second half, but like pouring rain in a defensive battle, two teams that want to run the ball, like that, don't want to pass it. You give them the weather that really let them lean into that.
Mhm.
I would be actively looking to sit every receiver in this game.
Yeah, and the Bills, regardless of the weather, the Bills are dead last in defensive neutral pass rate. So teams are just coming in and trying to put it on the football to keep it out of Josh Allen's hands as long as possible. And um, in that, going back to the question with Luther Burden, I think like if you value like the game environment, you should be playing Luther Burden, because I think the Niners Bears game is like shootout potential versus, like you said, we're facing this weather in the Bills Eagles game, which could just completely shrink the points available on the board to be pooling or to be taking from.
Yeah, but then also the weather. Sometimes you see like it'll be terrible. It looks terrible pregame and then all of a sudden the system
Mhm.
just blows over, and then it's just a normal game, right? So like I've had that happen before.
Mhm.
I've been screwed on weather so many times. So like I'm just very very aware of it. Okay, Frosty, let's just jump to you because you were here first. Pregame comments should get get more value. Need three. Okay, we got Kyle Pitts. Probably got to roll with him. Burden, Ramondre, Henderson, Sampson, PPR. Thanks. Okay, wow. Are we just gonna what are we doing here?
I think you play. I think I'm comfortable playing Pitts and then both of the New England running backs.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
It just feels safer. You're like, it's the best matchup possible over the last month, and you're guaranteeing all the running back points that come from a New England office who's also without Mac Hollins and Kayshon Boutte this week. So they could easily lean into the run in this one and just get this game over with as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and right, they should be up. So game script, and then no matter what, yeah, you're probably getting that. You should be getting that touchdown. Like knock on wood, you know, they get up 30. Maybe they put in the third string since Henderson's off the concussion. Ramon both have been banged up. Right, they don't want to be putting extra miles on them. But yeah, the double patch start. Right, is that so? That's probably the highest floor play. But like, I guess is it maybe ceiling too? Because you could get 4 or 5 rushing touchdowns in that game.
Yeah, I think that like the points that come from the New England backfield will be higher than what you get from Burden or Sampson. Like,
Unless
or if you cut it in half, like the total points cut in half is more than what you'll get from Burden and Sampson.
Yeah, I mean, unless Burden has like a true like breakout, like
Mhm.
like a 115 and 8, but because that's kind of where his trajectory is going, right?
Yeah, that's possible. I don't want to say that that's not possible. That's definitely in his. It's in
But
his.
I would. Do you want to? It's okay. You got to bet. If I'm betting my fantasy finals, and my favorite bet would be betting against this Jets defense,
Mhm.
right? In terms
Yeah.
with the running game. So yeah, okay. So
Mhm.
yeah, Pittsburgh and Ramondre. I love that. Okay, Frosty, if you're still there, you can let us know what you think, and we can even come back to you. So we just circling back here. So right, what did we decide? AJ, did we like? I think we probably have to do AJ Brown, even with the bad weather, because he's still AJ Brown.
Yeah, I think so.
Because you're
I
not gonna.
do, but
Go ahead.
Stevenson might have the floor if he's getting half the touches against the worst running back matchup over the last month. That might just be safer than playing into this matchup and weather.
But I just don't want to guess this from Ramondre Travian. That's what I love with Frosty. You just play both.
Yeah.
Right? Boom, like that. That makes me so happy, right? But guessing, I got to guess my finals. I know it's 50-50, but it feels like it's going to be 90-10, and I'm going to guess wrong.
So you're saying like versus betting on the Patriots backfield here, you have to bet on AJ Brown versus Stevenson, and you'd feel better just trusting Brown.
Well, it's Stevenson versus Travion. I just don't know who are they going to use. Like, why would Stevenson get most of the carries?
Simply for um, preserving Henderson's health, and that would be the only reason.
Yeah, but for Vrabel's crazy. Who knows what he's going to do, right?
Yeah.
But Philly doesn't really want to pass in the best circumstances. But I mean, AJ had been, like 3 straight 100-yard games.
Yeah.
right? And then I was it again. Then he didn't get the 100, but then he scored.
Mhm.
So and plus maybe Buffalo, Buffalo could get up, Buffalo gets up Philly, right? Then Philly has to pass. But I just don't have the screen right now. I'd like to see what does Buffalo look like right now.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just see it and you go, nope. Okay.
Maybe I can get a forecast.
Well, I don't know forecast. I like to see the stadium.
Mm.
Okay. Dino something says Burden or Sampson, half flex, half PPR. What's with all the Sampson? It's Sampson, right? We're talking
Mhm.
Dylan.
Yeah.
What's with the
Um,
Sampson love today?
so Judkins out. But Samson was Q tagged all week and he missed last week. And so it's either going to boil down to if Samson can play, he'll probably be the lead back and split carries with Raheem Sanders. And it's tough to be interested in any of these guys, honestly. Like I'd be more interested in Samson, but it's still just not like the best environment to put your money on this week.
Yeah, I mean Cleveland O line sucks, right? Pittsburgh D's look really good. I mean Schroeder doesn't he's not really much of a check down guy. That's where Sampson really excelled earlier in the season, right? He had like the eight receptions week 1 or week 2. So you know, but Burden or Sam, is this where you lean Burden here?
This is where I'd probably go Burden and just kind of take the game environment and value that more than the just the there's a lot working against Samson. Coming off an injury too. It's just not ideal.
Yeah. What if it was a better matchup? Like if Cleveland was playing the Jets, would that just push you to enough to push you to Samson?
If it was the Jets or like a top 5 matchup, yeah, it might make it more appealing, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So then Tyler says it's Willis. So you said Willis had a better game than Henry? That seems. I mean, I think Willis rushed for two, threw for 280. But
Mm,
Henry rushed for 200 and scored 4 touchdowns. Right. Oh, Willis threw for
uh,
one. Yeah, throw for one, rush for two, rush for 60, threw for 280. I guess that's probably going to be pretty close.
yeah, I think it's still
Regardless, they
Henry
both put
though.
up. They
Yeah,
both put up like pretty much 40.
yeah.
But it's just Henry. Fine, I get it. Whatever. That's here and that. He's Derrick Henry. But like Malik Willis, like we talked about him. What was it last week, 2 weeks ago? But he's going to get a deal. I mean, he might be starting for the Kansas City Chiefs next year.
Yeah. He'll definitely be one of the hot names in the carousel.
Like, would you take him? Would you take him over any of these like draft picks coming up? 'Cause it's not a deep QB draft.
To be honest, I haven't looked at it too much, but I like what I see in Willis.
Yeah, right. He could always run. Now he can throw. Obviously the Packers wouldn't move on love for him, but
Mhm.
with all the shaky QB situations going on right now, I wonder what's his contract? Is he a free agent?
I could look that up real quick. Um, what about him to Miami?
Yeah, oh, that's not bad.
I believe he's a free agent.
So, yeah, he's not-
No. He's a free agent next year
Okay, okay.
or this upcoming off season.
Um. So okay, BC6 says just heard the Tet news. He's questionable with an illness. Um. So PPR one running back, one flex, Cora Monangai, Coker. So I don't. He's just questionable. So are you assuming that he's going to get ruled out, or you just don't want to play with the late add to the illness? I mean, I'd be playing Tet, right?
Mhm. Yeah, if it's a question of flexing Tet here, then I'd flex him. But maybe it's just to promote Coker into the conversation.
Which
Um,
even if he got ruled out, I'm not playing Coker in Seattle.
yeah, that's tough. I like what I've seen from. I think Corum and Monungai have been pretty safe bets. Like they're getting steady touches, and they don't have terrible matchup this week, right? The Rams do kind of have a tough matchup this week. Atlanta allows the second fewest running back fantasy points over the last over the last 5 weeks, and
Yeah, but
Bears
their
have
defense has been getting shredded, right? So like Rams, not like I just see the Rams winning, maybe
Mhm.
putting up 40.
Yeah.
Okay, so he says he doesn't have. I don't have Ted. Leave Coker on the bench. Was leaning on. Yeah. It's good to think this way because even if
Mhm.
Ted's ruled out, it's like okay, promote someone. But I'd probably rather I'd go Leggett before Coker. But people loved Coker. But like Corum Monagay, it's like
Mhm.
like if it was Corum Monagay Ted, right, and now you had to play Ted instead of Coker with the illness. Like I'd be
Mhm.
thinking, okay, what do I do? Because I don't really want to play Ted against Seattle.
Mhm.
So I would still think maybe play Corum and Monagay over Ted.
Yeah, I think you're just banking on like both these teams or these running backs are in rotations, and you're just hoping that the drives that they're rotating on end in touchdowns, and you're hoping that they're there to get the score. And it's safe. It's just safe production bets. And Coker could easily just have the floor rugged from under him
Yeah,
against the bad matchup.
and especially with this season, having the backup running back who's like in the offense, like is getting probably what 30-40% snap share, carries.
Mhm.
He's almost as likely to score as the RB1. Like if I had to pick Monangai or DeAndre Swift to score a rushing touchdown this week, I'd pick Monangai. If I
Mhm.
had to pick Kyron or Corum, okay, yeah, I'll probably pick Kyron. But I think Rams going to be pissed after that last week, that Seattle game. They've
Mhm.
had the extra week, especially no Devontae, right? No Devontae, and
Mhm.
he gets those like 2-yard touchdowns. So they'll probably, Puka's banged up. They don't really want to, risk Puka. So like they'll be running inside the 5, I think.
Mhm.
So I mean, Corum, I think Corum's is just a smash play. Even though the matchup doesn't look that great on paper, I don't think Atlanta's rush defense is for real.
Mhm. Yeah, I think No Devontae is a big boost for both Corum and Williams because he's been so money inside the 5.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? So, yeah, boy, Fletch. Okay, full PPR, 60% win percentage. Yeah, that's knowledge is power, guys. So it's always good to know that. But playing against Puka and Pitts, okay, prayers up. So can't stop. You cannot stop. What? So I'll get to your question in a second. But what you said? Let's say you're playing against Puka and Pitts. Like, what percentage would you be happy with going to Monday? Like, even if it was 90, because the win percentages don't mean anything, right?
The Yahoo projection for it's pretty respectable for Puka now. I think they're giving him 30 points now.
No, they're not.
Yeah, at least in my bonus leagues, I think it's at 30, so it's
Okay.
probably somewhere like 25. But it's crazy. But you can't feel comfortable unless you're like up 100 or like 80. Like for real to be like comfortable, like it has to be 100 because Atlanta has been just torched, and it's going to be just Puka out there again.
Yeah, and he just went for what 220.
Mhm.
So you stack on the touchdowns plus if there are those bonuses for like 100, 150, or 200. You
Yeah.
never it could ugly. Okay, anyway, sorry, we're not dancing on your grave yet. We're cheering for you. We are.
Mhm.
So Tyrone Tracy or Michael Carter, Pinheiro, Baragas. Okay. Well, I mean, why isn't it just an easy Tyrone Tracy here?
Michael Carter's the RB1 against the Bengals. So it's a
Ugh.
good matchup both ways. I think like it's really close, but for me, I don't think the Cardinals trust Michael Carter inside the 5 for some reason. He hasn't
Huh.
scored a touchdown
Yeah.
since week 5. And they so quickly went to Bam Knight whenever he was available, and they might be able to be willing to work Amari DiMercado back into the offense a bit more if he's getting healthier. With Tracy, I think there's just more a safer upside here against the Raiders, who are going to be down Max Crosby too for this one. There should be more running lanes open for Tracy than there has been.
Here's a question: when was the last time Arizona had a rushing touchdown?
Week 11.
Right. Like, right? It's like because that's all you're doing. If you're playing running back, you're playing them to score, right? So
Hmm.
they didn't score Falcons, Texans, Rams. Let's see if they scored a rushing touchdown against the Bucks. I doubt it. Nope. Right. So how far back can I go? So it's like, yeah, I don't trust Spam. I don't trust Michael Carter. I don't trust Bam Knight. I don't trust DeMarcado. I don't trust any Arizona running backs. It's when they get inside the 2, you know what they like to do? Throw it to Trey McBride.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, especially playing Vegas. I know they had the good run defense earlier, but Vegas sucks. So they're probably, they're going to lose. Is Dart playing?
Dart's playing, yeah.
Okay, well, hopefully they're not going to be rushing him inside the 5. Yeah, I kind of like this Tracy. So, was this Pinaro or Borregas? What's he talking about here?
This is a kicker question.
Okay, because it was just with the Michael Carter slash, so I didn't understand.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I get it now. Try to Tracy Michael Carter slash, just with the space. So it's Sunday morning. Kicker, you got anything for me?
Who's Pinheiro? Is that the Panthers kicker, or am I off on that? I know Burgalis is the Patriots kicker, but
Niners.
Niners. Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. Ooh. I'd play Pinheiro. I feel like the game will be more competitive than. Actually, no. I'd play the Patriots kicker. I feel like there will be less pressure on the Patriots to score touchdowns, and they can beat the Jets with field goals.
Okay. Okay. Sure. I mean, it's the kicker game is so hard. It's just you try in the game script, but then it's like, okay, then you just get touchdowns. They score 4, you get 4 points, and then obviously the Myers, kicking 6 field goals is nuts. But if you don't have Aubrey or Myers, you try and figure out what the team's going to do, and you can't. You probably just take the highest implied point total, right, for the team, and just hope you get lucky with some field goals, right?
Yeah. That might be the Bears slightly right now.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, the Niners. It's the Niners for sure.
I mean, then maybe like home away. You may.
Niners are home.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so we got at Stone Phillips 8948. Start Carter or Stevenson. All right, this is easy. Oh. So Carter's RB1, Stevenson's RB2, but we know both are going to get work. But like I said, why would you start an Arizona running back if they're never going to score?
Yeah, the Stevenson is. I feel like is infinitely more likely to score a touchdown in this game.
Infinitely.
Like history shows.
I just want to see what Ramondre's been doing. RB15, RB26, yeah, RB31. Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, yeah. So 8 carries, 6 carries, but he's Jesus. Yeah, I mean he just dusted Baltimore, right? 8 for 51 with a touchdown, getting a couple receptions. For me, it's like now you got the best match in the league. Who would you start over Ramondre Stevenson, right?
Yeah, Carter is just empty calories, pretty much at the running back position. Stevenson, there's like real upside.
Yeah, and I was playing that Arizona game earlier in the season. I was like, "Oh, Bam Knight, let's go, RB1. Oh, DeMarc Carter's back, let's go. Trey Benson's coming back." And I realized a few weeks ago, it's just a card game. They're just moving. There's nothing there. Yeah, no. But Michael Wilson and Trey McBride almost carried me to multiple titles, but they failed me. Stevenson by a mile.
I get I get putting faith in Carter this week, but I think this is Stevenson.
Okay. All right, man. Lots of questions, guys. Remember, if you're on Twitter, jump over to YouTube. Give us a like. Give us a question. TSB World. I don't know what is that. Do you know?
What is it?
The show?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Need some help. ESPN standards. Okay, nice. Scoring. Jalen Warren, DeAndre Swift. Thanks. Keep up the good work. Oh, wow. I just needed that. Okay, so Jalen Warren, DeAndre Swift. This is why we get paid the big bucks, even though we don't. What would you have a lean here? Is it obvious?
I feel like I don't know How do we feel that like the lack of DK Metcalf, is that just going to make Kenneth Gainwell wide receiver one and Jalen Warren RB one, and like
Ugh.
they're both just super safe starts this week?
What's with this Cleveland that they're allowing the third most running back points?
hmm Yeah, they are getting destroyed as of late.
That's crazy because their defense is crazy elite, and they're second in run stop win rate.
hmm
Well,
I think it's also a matter of their offense not being able to move the ball, so many 3-and-outs, and the defense just winds up on the field so often that they're just
okay.
gassed all game.
I mean,
I do like Swift this week too. Niners have been they're defending the running backs well as of late. They're a top 10 defense against them lately, but I think Swift is still explosive enough to make anything happen with the touches he gets. Um, I think I just feel like Warren is a safer part of the offense this week in a better matchup too.
I mean, he just went. Yeah, Jesus, I didn't realize he went 14 for
Yeah.
143, 2 touchdowns. Why are
hmm
you even thinking about benching Jalen Warren? I've never heard of who. What more did he need to do? Huh?
He ripped off 2 long runs, so it could be a little fluky, but he has it in him to do that. So it shouldn't. There's
Like,
nothing
yeah.
going against him.
TSB world, my man. What like? Give some faith. Give Jalen Warren some love. He's the reason you're in the finals. Uh,
It's true.
and so also standard scoring with Kenneth Gainwell taking that receiving back. We know DeAndre's more a receiving kind of running back, so those receptions won't matter. Even though
Mhm.
like with no DK, I bet what would you say the running back targets would be in this game if you over under 10,
Oh, over.
right? So,
Mhm.
but you won't get points for the receptions, but I guess you will the yards, and maybe Jalen Warren scores a receiving touchdown. Maybe you just got to be greedy. Ask for 2 rushing and receiving.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm comfortably Jalen Warren here. I'm pretty happy with it.
One thing I'll say is like the Steelers Browns, I think has the lowest point total on the season at 33.5. And the Niners Bears is at 52.5. So if you're just looking for more scoring, Vegas seems to think that there will be a hell of a lot more of it in the Niners Bears game.
Well, that's a good point. That's a very good point. Um, yes, but that's the total. But how much is it? Just because they don't think Cleveland's going to score 10, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's got to be it because there's no script where Warren isn't getting the football either. Um, I don't think there's any world where the Browns end up on the Steelers in this game.
Well, it's the Steelers in
Yeah.
football, but yeah, once Miles Garrett gets the record, maybe they sit him, right? I don't know. Okay, we're gonna get back to Frosty here because it's like we got to talk him. He says I can't see myself starting 2 running backs from the same team. We got to talk him. We gotta talk. No, yeah, I think you have to start both.
Yeah, like the matchup is so good, and it's not like Burden is like this super safe or you know. I get the upside if you're chasing points. If you're really chasing points, maybe start Burden and Henderson. Um, but I really think that your highest floor ceiling combo is going to be with both New England running backs.
Yeah, let's just. I'm just gonna. I'm looking for Luther Burden here. And I'm not finding him. Okay, I just wanted to. Well, like, what's been the ceiling for Burden? So why can't I find him? Luther Burden.
Um, he's peaked with what is this? Sorry, this is standard. um, it's not a lot. He peaked with 11.4 in his last appearance in Week 15.
Right? Yeah. So like Burden's solid. I get with. I love Burden, but I mean, yeah. So what do you probably get six for 70? That'd be a good Burden game. But it's just you need to grab all the running back points because you just can't risk being wrong. So yeah, maybe your ceiling you're cutting it off a bit, but there's a good chance both running backs score touchdowns. There's a good chance one of them scores 2, and you can't risk not getting those touchdowns because the matchup is just so insanely juicy. Like, what would you put not even running back touchdowns for the Pats in this game at 2.5?
Yeah,
Right?
that's a
It's
good line.
crazy. So it's just, if you're a gambler, sure, okay, go max the points, or maybe if you're projected, if you're going to lose by 15 and you got to chase every point. But like, this is the game your opponent is like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm playing against both running backs. He wants you to start one because then he has a chance. Right? It's like if you're playing Cincy, and this is kind of a bad example, but if you got Likely and Andrews and you're playing Cincy, it's like, oh yeah, I get to play both tight ends because so you just got to play the matchup, in my opinion. So I get it might be kind of gross, but both running backs are playing great. Ramondre's awesome, Trayvon's awesome. The Jets suck. And like, just play both, sit there, and every time they hand it off, you don't have to be like, oh, is that my guy? Right? Isn't that, it's the worst. Who's the Titans, right? When they had Derrick Henry, the second running back, do you remember what his name is? He had dreadlocks.
Oh man. The like his RB2?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I forget where he went. I think he went to like Green Bay or something. But I remember it was a playoff game. I bet Derrick Henry, and it was Henry's first game back when he the first time he got hurt. So his number was like 72 yards, and every time he would run it in, plop for 2 yards, and then they bring in the next guy, but you couldn't tell right away, and he'd break it for 20, and he's there breaking, and you're trying to see, and it was never him. So it's just I'm scarred by that. If you have to pick one between two running backs, assume you're going to be wrong. Okay. Okay, sorry, that's enough. Frosty, we'll even come back to you if you're still here because I think it's very important. Do I stick with McLaughlin in the chip? I've had him all year. Other kickers are Little and Mevis. You got anything for me?
No. I know McLaughlin and is a big leg. Tampa's got Miami. That game could come down to field goals. I have Cam Little in one league. That's all I'll say. I think that Cam Little is part of a better offense right now. But that said, maybe the Jaguars' drives are all ending in touchdowns versus field goals, and the Bucs aren't getting to the end zone, so they have more long field goal opportunities.
Yeah, I wish we could be more helpful, but the kick. I mean, I just don't want to lie, and the kickers. Well, I love this guy. Just gave us his full breakdown. It doesn't really matter for your kicker, but we can go over your team. Brissett, congrats, London. I mean, he ruined me. Who's GP? My brain doesn't work.
Pickens.
George Pickens. My brain went Gary Payton. Tet. Okay, Bijan, Jonathan. Oh my God. Oh my God. So you've got a super team. So I get it. So the only thing you're worried about is your kicker. I'd say ride with the guy that got you there. Right. If you had him all year, nothing would. Part of my reasoning is like, what would you feel stupidest about? Right. You're stressing over this kicker. You overthink it. Maybe you switch your kicker, and then McLaughlin has a good game, and your fear of consistency costs you the title. So you have no power over this. So just ride the guy that got you there. That'll give you the least stress. And then, okay, who are you against? These finals team, Puka. Oh my God. I guess everyone's just against Puka, man. Paris up. Jacobs, though. No, Jacobs gave you that stinker. I think you're in good shape. Down sucks. Taysom, who knows? Javonte didn't do that much, right? He got banged up. Amon-Ra didn't do that much. So you should be in good shape. You should be in very good shape.
Yeah. I think you might win by 1 million.
Yeah, so don't stress the kicker.
Yeah, you could drop your kicker and probably still win.
But don't do that. Frosty, you still here? Or should I play Burden over Pitt since I have London? Well, that's Frosty, my man. You are locked in. Whatever makes you go with the two running backs, we support. But it's interesting because I lost a big league a couple weeks ago because it was Cincy Baltimore, and I was like, okay, I got Chase, Higgins is out, so I'm going to play SportsEthos, so I'm going to get all the receiving work. Because in case they double Jamar in the red zone, maybe SportsEthos gets a score. right? And guess what happens, right? Chase had like 132 yards. Joseph had 0. And if he had one catch, I would have won. I would have won. So that haunts me. So sometimes, yeah, trying to get that double up can hurt you, even though we're telling you to do it with the Pats, but it's a little different. Joseph isn't quite on the Ramondre level. So do you like doing this Pitts London? Because that is the entire Atlanta receiving corps in a negative game script too.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I see the game environment just blowing up on Monday night for sure. So if you just want like pieces of that pie, and yeah, I'm sure it'll make I think that London is you can't start Burden over him. He's too good. If he's going you have to start him.
But the thing is, man, how healthy is he, right? Right? He's playing. We know he's not 100%. He played last week. He didn't do anything. If he's just playing just to play, like how we've seen with these guys all season, like Ricky Pearsall, right? When he came back, if he can't get to 110, then what are we doing, right? Mm-hmm. So it's it's tough. But he's at home in a shootout. Rams JSN just put up a monster. So Rams are vulnerable to the number one wide receivers, and they can sometimes they took the NFC South game off, right? They lost to Carolina, so they should be pissed after that the Seattle game, but maybe it's okay, but what are they playing for? Isn't there a scenario because it's Monday night where they could not have the NFC West?
I think so. If the Seahawks beat Carolina, or if the Niners beat Chicago,
right? So then what would they be playing for? Wouldn't they have a playoff seed locked up?
I don't know for sure. So I don't. One thing I did know on this game though is the Falcons gave the Rams their first round pick in last year's draft. So they have nothing. They have all the incentive in the world to beat the Rams in this game because they have no first round pick next year, and the Rams have it.
Yeah, but that's an executive thing, not a guys in the field.
Yeah,
I like where you're going, but it's just again part of it. It's what would I feel the least stupid about, right? Mm-hmm. If I bench London and he goes off for Burden and Burden does nothing, I might kill myself, right? So I don't want to be on suicide watch. Week 17, the holidays. So Frosty, you do what you got to do, but I think Pitts, London, and the two Pats running backs. I think that's your safest play. And then we just can't think. We just can't see Burden in there.
Before we move on, we missed a question from Trey S. A little earlier. The green tea icon.
Where?
At 7:57.
7 what?
At 7:57. The question from Trey. It looks like we skipped him.
7:57. I don't understand. Is that?
That's the time he sent it at. Sorry. I'll just read it off if you want.
Okay.
He said, "Was Kittle out? Jake Tunges or Strange?" We'll start with that.
I don't see I don't see the question, my man. Can you send it again?
Sorry about that.
I don't have it. Okay.
We can go with the one we got right now, though. So Kyle Pitts.
No, sorry if we missed it. What's his question? Trey, let's get to you.
Sorry about that.
Put it up.
So Kittle out, Tunges or Strange.
Oh, I found it.
There you go.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
We got it.
Full refresh. Okay. Morning. Sorry, my man. Thank you for this unsmiley face, though. Let us know. Hopped on the ship last week. Oh, okay. Help me commandeer it. Oh my God. How did I miss it? I don't know what happened. It's Frosty's fault. With Kittle out, Tongs or Strange, May or T-Law. Goddamn Trevor Lawrence, eh? This wouldn't even be a question if he didn't have that six touchdown game versus the Jets, right? Let's do Tongs are strange. What do you got for me here?
Tonjes has looked good when he was the tight end one, but like, I feel like Tonjes might kind of have a bigger share of the receiving work versus like Strange is fighting Parker Washington, Brian Thomas Jr., and Jacoby Myers. And it'll just be really Juwan Jennings and I guess Christian McCaffrey. Is Ricky
Ricky's playing.
Pearsall? Ricky is playing? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes it really close. I might lean Strange then, just given like he's been producing, at least giving you a floor recently, if nothing
Okay.
else.
But the thing is, though, like, are you stacking? Right. I feel like you want to stack, or maybe just totally go on Jacksonville. Right. So do like T-Law, Strange, or May Tongs. Right.
Ooh, that's a good, yeah. Just make that one consolidated bet on the Jaguars offense. And they're 7-point favorites. The point total or the game total is near 50 in that game. Colts are 8th in QB points allowed, 17th in tight end points allowed over that stretch. Yeah, and like maybe there's like a floor scenario where Drake May, they just hand it off to their running backs a bunch of times with no Mac Hollins, no Kayshon Boutte. Diggs, like, is Diggs like not playing a full snap share or something of that sort lately, or am I?
I don't know what they're doing with Diggs because he had that a couple weeks ago. He had a monster, right? He had like 115 or something.
Yeah, he's playing like a 50%, 50 to 60% snap rate. So it's just they don't really have a full-time receiver on the field right now beyond Hunter Henry. So there's easily a floor scenario for May, but and it feels like the Jags are still making their push above the AFC standings. Not that the Patriots aren't, but uh,
Okay, I was
I
just
don't
saying
know.
worried about the Indy D because just that Seattle game was so weird. Because they just were going 3-0, but then held Seattle down, but they just got lit by the Niners. I mean, I think they started. What did they start? 8-1, and now they're like 8-7. So I think the ship sailed. I think defense tried to hold the fort down. I think levies are done. So thing is with May's the best. He's MVP candidate. If he beat Josh Allen, he probably would be the MVP. But if you look at his rushing, he rushes in the big games. He's smart, right?
Mhm.
So in that Bills game, he rushed for 2 touchdowns because he needs it. He's not going to be rushing in this game. He might not have people to throw to because Frosty. That's why you start your running backs because they're just going to run it down their throat, or they might screen, check down. Very real smart. He's going to use what Jacksonville did against them and just feed the
Mhm.
running backs. So I would probably just go get off that Jacksonville. Oh, but we just said the Indy's given up. Sorry, I'm off May. Yeah, so I'm going T-Lon Strange. I would just ride that because Strange is dope. Like he is awesome. So he looks like their best receiver. I know Brian Thomas Jr.'s gotten better since being a stinker, and Jacoby Myers is kind of a touchdown machine. But yeah, okay, all right, Trace. T-Law and Strange. Final answer. Okay, sorry, we got to get back to. Sorry, no, man, squeak away. It's my fault. I mean, squeak, go full squeak. I started the Sun God, JMO, and Sutton eat upside. That's important.
Mm.
Okay, so let's get back to here. Oh, Brazil, I remember this guy, Frizzkill or Frizzil. Kyle Pitts, Stranger Waller. I mean, how can you go away from Kyle Pitts, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think this is easy, Kyle Pitts.
Easy, yeah, because London's not quite London, right? So it's not like he's getting that midseason crazy Michael Penix, 16 targets, right?
Mhm.
So, and even if he gets, 12 targets, 8, 10 grabs for that 110, Pitts is still, five for 16 of touchdowns is almost the floor, right?
Mhm.
Unless the Rams are like sneaky amazing against tight ends.
Um.
Pretty good,
Uh,
26. Damn.
mhm. But I feel like Pitts is more of he's like athletic enough to just beat the receivers over the top still too, or their secondary.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, I was gonna say, who have the Rams played? Have they played them right? Carolina, no tight ends. Seattle, no tight ends. So sometimes it's just like they've just been playing teams without a tight end. It's not like they played Arizona with Trey McBride.
Mm-hmm. And there's certain wide receiver points allowed in that span too. So if you want to treat Pitts as more of a wide receiver, then
yeah,
good look for him.
And it's just like, I don't know. Maybe it's like the recency bias, or it's like you shouldn't fall in love with what they've done lately. But like, if Kyle Pitts, what he gave you in that Thursday nighter in the Week 15, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna spend the rest of the season chasing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just he's shown he can do it. He's shown, it's just Strange. Love Strange. Waller. If Tua was playing and the matchup was nice, maybe, because Waller's just such a touchdown freak. But not Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, he looked good when Ewers was throwing it to him. It looked like he had a couple of his targets are more focused, maybe in the early scripted parts of the offense, and then they just got away from him. But it's Waller looks good when he gets the football, but you can't bank on him. He's a part-time player in a run-first offense.
Yeah. He does look great though when he gets it though. Okay, cool. Just make sure I didn't miss anyone here because we've kind of been jumping around, but we're gonna wrap up shortly. We're go in an hour. So if you got any last minute questions, get in. Otherwise, we're gonna wrap up in the next minute. Okay. Anything you got for me? Any stats? Sometimes anything lurking?
Could you help me with the start sit?
Okay. Yeah.
I need one wide receiver and one flex in a standard league.
Sorry. Quickly, for this, would you put Warren? I think so. It's a flex.
Yeah, not Tyler Warren.
Oh, right. For some reason, I was thinking Jalen Warren, Tyler Warren. Yeah. Warren, the man. But yeah, he hasn't played well in like 6 weeks.
Yeah, as sad as it is. I'm playing Tom just over him. One wide receiver, one running back. One wide receiver, one flex. London, Jennings, Devontae Smith, and Tet are my receivers.
Okay.
And then Breece Hall, Michael Carter, and Zach Charbonnet are my running backs. Currently have Jennings and London as my two.
Okay, so the Pearsall back, but with Kittle out, I mean, I think Jennings is must start. Mm-hmm. I'd ride London too because a lot of times we see guys first game back from injury, right? They're not great, and like London's essentially like a JSN or someone, right? Like he's super freak show, and it's like you just kind of want to get something out of him.
Mm-hmm. Does having Bijan change anything?
If what?
Does having Bijan too change your answer?
I don't know. Are you projected to win? Because we've seen when that
neck and neck.
Yeah, when that Atlanta offense is humming, like London and Bijan are like 70% of the yards, right? Mm-hmm. So be Pearsall, Jennings, or you said Tet. Tet with the illness would scare me off him.
Mm-hmm. And then Devonta Smith was the other receiver.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm not doing Devonta.
So Jennings is the safe wide receiver one over London, and then flexing London over any of the running backs.
Who are the running backs?
Breece Hall, Charbonnet, and Michael Carter.
Well, imagine we're like, oh, you must play Michael Carter. I mean, I'm not stoked for Breece Hall against the Pats, even though with that was it Quinnen Williams? Without him, they've been more vulnerable. But I mean, I don't want any part of the 3-12 running back room.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'll just roll with London.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sour. He ruined me in like 3 leagues. So.
I just worry, like, if Pitts is playing as good as he is there room for him, Bijan, and London to all?
Yeah, because I mean, Rams are going to be scoring kind of almost at will, right? So if they put up 30, Falcons got to, because Kirk's looked pretty good, right? Kirk can move the ball. So
and he's playing for his career too.
Yeah. Well. I mean, yeah, it might be his last game too. Okay, guys, that's gonna do it for us. We went almost an hour. Best of luck in all your fantasy championships. We'll keep potting. Because there's week 18 leagues, crazy as that is. And then playoffs, we'll be potting through playoffs and all sorts of stuff. Maybe we'll just pivot more towards gambling. We'll do some kind of, rehashing of the year stuff and breaking it down. But for us, until then, that's it. And we'll see you next week. Cheers.
Good luck, y'all.